Alright, so it's 12:40. It's late. Or early, however you want to look at it. But for me, it's meal number 5, so got all this chicken cooked. As you can see, got something right there. Got this big tray of chicken, as you saw me grilling earlier today. So I'm finna go ahead and put meal number 5 together. It's 10 ounces of chicken breast. Like I said at the beginning of today, it's a low carb week, doing 80 grams of carbs per day. Rough. But hey, it's all part of the game, man. Right now my thought process is getting ready for the show, so that's all that really matters. So it is what it is, man. You do what you gotta do to get to where you want to get to. So 80 grams, 0 grams, it don't even matter. Trying to get right. Then after I finish that, I'm gonna go get my clothes ironed out for tomorrow, because I have to wear business attire, which is pretty cool. It's a blessing for me, because it'll be pretty hard trying to talk to someone about why we need to implement or add security to a business process, and you got veins popping all out of your forearms and all in your chest and neck and stuff. Can't nobody concentrate when you all vascular and looking crazy. So I cover up, wear button up, tie, slacks, So I have to go iron that stuff, get ready for tomorrow, because when I roll out of bed, man, it's boom, 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 roll out of bed, check my weight, send that over to my coach, hop on the cardio, shower, get dressed, cook my food, get my food ready, and I'm out the door. So the best thing for me to do is just get prepared for tomorrow, tonight, so that when tomorrow morning comes, I'm just grabbing and going. And I keep saying tomorrow, but it's really a couple hours. So deuces, that's it for tonight. Yo, what's up, guys? It's Tuesday, November the 11th or 12th. I forget. What's up, guys? So it's Tuesday, post Veterans Day, and it's November 12th. We're 10 days out, man. So getting ready to, just woke up, fresh out of bed. Finna brush my teeth, do my 30 minutes of cardio, and head over to work. And so, but what I usually do, I wake up in the morning and before I brush my teeth, I get my weight. So see how much I'm weighing. So we got 254.2. And what I usually do is, man, after I get my weight, I'm finna text it over to my coach, and then, he sends me back, okay, or he sends me back, whoa. So, we stay in touch constantly throughout the day, especially this close to a show. So, if anything goes wrong or if we're going in the wrong direction, we can quickly make some adjustments to get back on the right path. So I'm gonna get started with my day. So I'm getting it done right now. Usually, I'm on a bike right now. Just feeling a little like I'm dragging. So I usually do a treadmill, and you can see, not nothing crazy, super expensive or nothing like that. It's just a good old Big Bertha, good faithful treadmill. It's don't have the automatic incline on it. So what me and my wife did, we put some sand weights on the front, kind of give it an incline, and Big Bertha gets it done, and that's all you really need. But right now, man, I'm just dragging right now, so trying to get going. So I'm just hitting do this bike for my first cardio session, which sometimes I do, just because. It doesn't have to always be because I'm tired or feeling a little lag. Sometimes I just do it, but I usually just try to cycle pretty fast, get the heart rate up. By the time I get off of here, I'm ready, I'm alert, I'm ready to go. Alright, so as I pull up at work, I think I'll just probably take time to give you guys some background about me, who I am, where I came from, just real quick. I'm 27 years old. I am from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That is the place of some good food, man. Oh my goodness. The place, the home of Southern cooking, in my opinion. We talking jambalaya, gumbo, crawfish etouffee, shrimp etouffee, shrimp fettuccine. And being in Baton Rouge, we're like 45 minutes away from New Orleans, so we could drive right up there. And now we're talking about, you got the festivities of New Orleans, and you have the culture, which is like beignets and po' boys and fried fish. You learn to love to eat. So, that's where I'm from, and I came to Orlando to play football, full athletic scholarship to UCF to play for Coach O'Leary, and I enjoyed that. I played from 04 to 08, and I came in as a freshman at 310 pounds. Good eating. What can I say? And Coach put me right in the middle, man. He plugged me, right there at that nose guard position. And if you know anything about football, man, the nose guard position doesn't get a lot of glory. So that really wasn't where I want to be, for the next 3 years. So after my freshman year, I lost weight, man. I went on a war against fat, and I went from 310 to like 240, 245 within a year. And my coach was like, man, what am I supposed to do with you? You can't play nose guard. And I'm smiling on the inside because I'm like, Coach, you can move me to DN because that's what I wanted to play anyway. And so that's what he did. But he also sent me to a nutritionist because he thought I had an eating disorder. So I went to a nutritionist, and the nutritionist used to sit me down and, how do you feel, when you eat, and how do you feel after you eat? And I'm like, I'm good. I just want to lose weight. And so she made me jot down all my meals and rate how I felt before and after the meal on a scale of 1 to 10. And we used to talk about it every week. And so I got to the point to where I just came out and let her know, like, hey, I don't have an eating disorder. I have an inner fat kid, and trust me, I didn't get to 310 by having an eating disorder. I can suppress it sometimes, but I can eat. I just didn't want to be fat. I didn't want to be fat anymore. I wanted to move, change positions, and I wanted to lose some weight so I could be quicker, faster on that end. So that's what I did. And so she took me out of her program, thank goodness. And so I learned something about myself in that process, that if I dedicate myself to something, especially when it comes to weight loss and fitness, I can get there. It takes time, but I can get there. So after graduating, man, after playing football, I had a void there, because you come into college and you're going to get your education. That's first and foremost. But you're also there. They brought you there to win football games. And so football takes up about 80% of your time, you know, between playing and traveling and film and meetings and training and, man, all that stuff. It takes up a lot of your life, and you don't really notice it because it becomes so regular in your life. It becomes so regular in your life, and you don't really notice it until it's gone. And so once it was gone, I had a void there. I had a lot of time, and I did some odd jobs here and there. And so I went back to school. And I got my master's in management information systems. And that kind of happened out of nowhere. I didn't really expect. I never thought about getting my master's. And so just having that void there made me pursue my master's, and I enjoyed going back to school and and getting in the classroom and stuff like that. And so after that, well, actually, while that was going on, while I was getting my master's, I started working towards getting abs. Yo, it's quiet in my office, so I can't really talk too loud. But what we have here is 12:19, and we got meal number 2. Still rice, microwaved, and chicken. Can't forget green tea. So after I eat, I'm gonna finish up some work and head over to the gym. And then, depending on what time I get out of there, either I might bring my meal with me, eat on my way back to work, or just eat when I get to work. So, play it by ear.